It might sound like such an overplayed topic, yet this has perhaps one of the greatest implications when it comes to actual achievements of any sort, of any sort of human achievements. And brothers and sisters, this is the actual topic or actual idea of self-discipline versus motivation. Let me just simply check my camera because it's hot as hell over here. So, what is the first one? What is the other one? What are my experiences with them? And one idea that I really wanted you to know regarding to this topic, because I do think and I do believe that this is just ungodly crucial. So, what is motivation? Motivation is when we are emotional, when we are feeling that, hey man, I want to do this thing, I don't care what it takes, I'm pumped, I'm here to change my life. And so those are the greatest moments, because those are the actual points where we are starting something, because we are high in emotion, we are deciding to change up our lives, we are starting this new journey, weight loss, business, new job, new school, whatever that might be. And you just start this thing, and for example with the gym, you're just starting this thing, you know, everything is new, you're going to the gym, you're lifting the weights, you're feeling awesome after workouts, you're looking at your diet, you're doing all the good stuff. You're also seeing some other improvements, sleep is improving, overall energy is improving throughout the day. This goes on and on and on and on. Then somewhere around it depends from person to person, second, third, even fourth week, then there's something just kicks, you know, it's like, man, I get used to this thing, like, I don't enjoy that thing anymore. I don't really find anything exciting in this gym thing anymore, you know, it's like, it's gotta be boring. And so, you are looking up on internet and you're like, hey man, like, what if I would start swimming? And yeah, you start swimming from the next week, because that is the same, and the same excitement cycle, if you will, so goes on. And so after a month you're doing something new, and so on and so forth. And so this is exactly me, not with working out, but with business. And so whilst in workout, it's good. It's like good if you're switching. I mean, like, you definitely will not become, you know, like a rock star in any field, but it is good, since the actual means of working out for most people is supposed to be to actually challenge your body, keep yourself more fit, energized, and actually to just simply makes you more healthy. But with business, the idea is a bit different, okay? So with business, the only thing that matters is longevity, okay? Here's an idea. It might take 20 years to build up a great roofing business, but you can build up a freaking $100 million roofing business. You can have, hell knows, like 50, 100 locations. You can do 5,000-10,000 jobs a month. That's totally possible. What it takes, though, highly likely decades of effort. On the other hand, you can also start another business. So for example, dropshipping. And so with that, the curve and the scalability is way more easier. But the thing is the same. The longer you're staying in the business, the better it will be. And so in business, the only freaking thing that matters is longevity, because the actual business growth will come from the compounding interest, understanding the niche, doubling down better and better, figuring out the processes, and making them as good and efficient and as high of a scale as humanly possible. And that takes time, period, like nothing else, just time. That's it. And experience, obviously, which comes from time. So we did like that example. The only thing that matters is not the motivation. So what is that thing? And so the second thing, brothers and sisters, is discipline. That is the thing that is actually keeping us on the step, the task. The discipline is the thing that actually makes us finish the task, because guess what? The gym after 1 month will not be as exciting and in the very beginning. Maybe it will be a bit challenging. Maybe you will feel like, hey man, I'm you know, like the soreness the next day is not so, you know, cool, and so on and so forth. And what you might decide is that, hey man, like this whole gym thing just maybe doesn't worth the whole thing. It's just quitting. And so the actual idea is not to start the new thing, brothers. It's easy to start a new thing all the time. The actual idea is to finish up the thing. And that's the harder part. That's the harder part, you see, to finish up the thing. Because if we are willing to finish up the thing, then we can get to the finish line. And so that is the second one, which is discipline. And so most people are just so much overrating the means of motivation, which is good and great, but without discipline we will not get into the finish line. Again, just think about a marathon. So it's like you're starting the initial few kilometers, maybe up to 5 kilometers, maybe even up to 10 kilometers, it's like fun. But after the 10th kilometer, the unending middle begins. It's like the remaining 3 hours and how many minutes is just like you keep on going and going. It's like your energy is getting lower, your mood is getting lower. Although I've never run a marathon, I got close to half a marathon, but due to other people, it's the 18th mile which is the hardest to get to the 18th mile, because from the 18th mile you will get this, hey man, I have only how much is that? I think 6 miles, something like that left, and you know I will be just, you know, finishing that thing. Excuse me if I was, yeah, I think I made it wrong. Yeah, I think 28 miles. But never mind, the point is not here, and I will not be, you know, stopping the thoughtful because of the math. And please correct me in the comments with this if you know the number already. The idea is that we just have to focus on actually not only to start but also to finish. And so the actual idea, just to phrase up everything, motivation is super important for starting. Also, discipline is the thing that will keep on going. So motivation is this, and discipline is this, you know, like this thing. And here's another idea with discipline. Discipline is a muscle. So if you're getting disciplined in one field, then highly likely that you will be getting more discipline than other fields too. So for example, if you're improving running, so if you're improving your overall cardio, then you will be way better with doing burpees. You'll be way better doing cycling. You will be way better in swimming, in everything which requires from you to actually invest in cardio-like activity. And excuse me again for not knowing the better terms in this for this. So the same thing with everything else, and this is also multidisciplinary in this regard, because if you're also improving your running, then what I realize, at least, that I'm running every single day. It's like my discipline. If I'm setting up something, first I'm thinking a lot, like what I'm doing. Like first I'm thinking, I'm spending a lot of time actually every single day just thinking. First because I enjoy it, and secondly because it helps me a lot. And not to save time. I'm rarely doing anything twice, because I'm thinking through everything, and when I made a decision, then I'm executing. And when I'm making a decision about something which is like I have to do that, then I'm like, bro, you have to get that thing done. And this way, whether you believe it or not, my calendar is not full. I have very few things to do on the calendar, but those are the things that are getting done. Like, I mean, like, man, today you have to find people for the call center. It's like you're doing that, you have to get that done, and I'm getting that done. The same thing with running, bro. I don't care if you ate or you didn't eat it. I don't care. It's like freaking 80 degrees out there. 90, by the way, Fahrenheit. And I don't care. I'm just running. So this is how discipline works. And again, motivation is super important. Don't get me wrong. Motivation is super important. But discipline is the actual thing that we are looking for. Discipline is the actual thing that we are looking for, because starting a project is easy. Getting motivated is way easier than getting disciplined. And whether you believe it or not, the only thing that matters in any kind of a worthwhile achievement is longevity. Because every single progress at the end of the day will come from compounding. And so that can only come from longevity. And whether we like it or not, this is the actual this is how this works. This is the nature of things. So with that being said, I hope that this makes sense, and all my love.